One job. One 17. Oh, she is here. Yes. Judge, I have no problem representing this guy. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's fine, unless she wants to talk to me. To pull her about it.
What do you mean by that?
Talk to you about their new number one.
About that, please?
Or either she can zoom in or she wants to give.
Because I think they wanted to plead for their. Yeah, when she was there, she did it. I don't know, the killers.
And what I do is,
Yeah, just give it this. Okay.
if they're gonna be no longer. To zoom in or not give you information. if you feel comfortable.
Then I could.
Yes. And she's in, or she just so many to say, I'm. How do I speak with this for?
All right. Who's here on Carrillo? And it's,
Is in county court 5, waiting to take. Hopefully that's running concurrent with this case. So we're waiting on Judge Vernon, if they can bring him over here, we can do this one first, so that was the closest first one. So we were hoping to be done with that by 1:30.
all right. You'll have to talk to the deputies to see if they're able to do that. Ethan, who's on here on Ethan Ferris? Hi.
Lisa Box.
All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 5058, State of Texas versus Ethan Patrick Domingo Ferris. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Danny West Bar for the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Raymond Jail.
And are you Mr. Ferris?
Yes, Johnny.
Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, and I have reviewed this one.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ferris, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Johnny.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Johnny.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Johnny.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Ferris, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just one moment. So are you proceeding on count 1 and count 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand count 1 and count 2? The range of punishments for each of those counts is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering in this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Farris, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement. Just one moment. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a $1,500 fine. The state recommends deferred adjudication, and there's to be a referral to felony drug court. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses in count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
Count 2, guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor. State moves to admit was remarked as State Exhibit 1 as evidence.
We reviewed it. No, Judge.
Mr. Farris, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same, and the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court is finding there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty of count 1 and count 2. Court is deferring finding of the guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we would just ask that the court consider the recommendation of parties to send him to drug court. He's had a history of having some issues struggling with drugs. This particular incident, he was having some, hard times and just relapsed. And so he's very motivated to get treatment. And we're asking the court to go ahead and follow the agreement as presented by the parties.
All right. Do you have any children?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
He's supporting his mom, Judge, in terms of his economics, his finances.
All right. So how are you supporting your mom?
She's getting, well, it's me and my sister, mainly my sister, but she's getting older. She's 71. She has cirrhosis of the liver, and I help out any way I can. But I have had a hard time with drugs, and my last period of sobriety was like almost a year of, and I relapsed. But I want to get back on track, and I want to help her out again. I want to spend as much time with her as I can before she gets real sick.
Okay. So, well, here's the thing. You're gonna have to want it, right?
Yeah.
And when bad things happen to you in your life, which bad things happens to everybody in their life, you can't fall back on old habits. And for you, old habits is using drugs. I read the entirety of the police report and you're in a restroom stall. All right, on the floor. I want you to keep that vision in your head because you know that floor is dirty. You're on the floor. People are trying to wake you up and get in the stall and they can't. You understand?
Yes, you do.
So in life, each of us hopefully is improving and growing. So where you are now, hopefully it's not where you end up. And whether or not you end up back here in orange is completely up to you, okay? All right, this is what the court is going to do. 4 years deferred adjudication, a referral to felony drug court, and a TAP evaluation while in custody. If you're honest with felony drug court and they have room, they will accept you. If not accepted in felony drug court, then I'm going to want ISF, the substantive track, or SATA, whichever one is quickest for him. We're going to do the UA hotline upon release. Proof of employment within 40 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 2 times per month until further notice. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Usually I would give people credit for community service hours if they've had the COVID vaccination, but you need to stay busy. So part of staying busy for you and keeping your mind active is for you to do those community service hours, okay? All right, probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Felony drug court is a good program. I think it will serve you well.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Who's here on Patrick Ambo? All right, and this is not a application. Yes. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 8304W, State of Texas versus Patrick Renee Ambo. Can I have parties approach and announce for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders?
for the defense?
Ray Lopez.
All right, and are you Patrick Ambo?
Yes.
All right, counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ambo, I'm going to show you a document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not to indict? Did you also understand that your attorney has certain rights, namely 2 days from the presentation of the information and 10 days from the presentation of the information to prepare for trial? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand by entering this agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Showing you what's entitled information. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ambo, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with burglary of a building with 2 or more convictions? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days in the state jail facility and up to 2 years in the state jail facility. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ambo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a year in the state jail facility, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement? Vince, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yeah, we were going open on the punishment with a cap of 1 year. He was asking for.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's me reading incorrectly. Britta, my ophthalmologist says, when I get tired of taking off my glasses, I'll let him put the line in. But you know what? I'm not ready for him to put the line in. I will not do bifocals yet. All right, so punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 1 year in the state jail facility. Did you both understand that to be the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ambo.
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead guilty? Not, I'm sorry, in the information, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
As stated for State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court is finding you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Around the time this offense was committed, my client recently became homeless. He was struck with a great deal of fears. He did not know what to do, so he committed a crime and stayed there and waited for the police officers to come and get him, so he can get out of this situation. He is here just asking for leniency, Judge. He understands the program at Haven for Hope, which he wants to participate in and complete. And he understands the state's offer, but he's just asking for leniency from the court, and I'd like to say something on behalf of him as well.
All right, Mr. Ambo, you've already been sworn in by the clerk. Here's my question. What you're charged with is burglary of a vehicle, 2 or more convictions. So the question becomes, why do you keep doing this?
I didn't have a way out. I didn't know what I was gonna do at the point.
Okay, so when you talk to me, you need to look me in the eye. No.
And it was hardness at the time. And the only thing safe that I knew was jail. I've been doing this for quite a long time, as you can see. And this.
So why are you going in and out of jail? I mean, are you asking to go to jail?
Did. I'm not asking now, but I did want to come here. I entered the car, pressed the horn.
All right, so what is,
I
just one moment.
because I was.
No, just a second. So I'm trying to figure out what is the solution here. I understand his criminal history is horrible. It is. He keeps picking up burglary of vehicles. But if somebody is committing a burglary of the vehicle so the police can come and take him into custody so that he can stay at the Bexar County Jail, I'm like, what are we doing here?
Judge, I think that's if you take,
His word.
yes,
Okay.
yes, because there's more criminal history than just a couple of burglary vehicles.
Okay, so what is his other criminal history state?
Would you like me to start in the nineties, the 2000s?
Oh, let's just do it all, because sometimes people need to hear their credit report in the form of criminal history.
So just do the convictions. June of 1993, 90 days for failed ID. June of 93, 90 days for shoplifting. Another June of 93, 90 days for shoplifting. May of 97, 80 days for evading arrest. May of 97, 80 days for failed ID. I missed 4 years in 94 for possession of a controlled substance. In 2000, 8 months for ABI. 2000, 6 months for evading. 2001, 6 months for the vehicle. 2001, November, 7 months for burglary of vehicle. 2003, 50 days for evading. 2003, 9 months for possession less than a gram. 2004, 6 months for burglary of the vehicle. Another 2004, 6 months for burglary of the vehicle. 2004, 6 months for theft, 500 to 1500. 2004, 30 days for failed ID. 2005, 8 months for burglary of the vehicle. 2005, 30 days for evading vehicle. Another 2005, 6 months burglary of the vehicle. 2006, 8 months burglary of the vehicle. 2010, 2 years for theft of the vehicle. And 2016, 6 months for theft enhanced. 2018, 6 months for theft enhanced. And most recently, 2022, March, 40 days for evading second.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a short break, and let me just tell you the reason why I'm taking a short break. I have a meeting because I'm on a judicial committee for something, but it starts at 2 and it's in the other building. Usually the meetings last for about 10 minutes. So if you factor in 10 minutes and the fact that I'm wearing heels and I'm not gonna run because mom will think I'll fall, we are gonna come back at no later than 2:20. I will leave the meeting if I have to, and I'm gonna make a decision on this, okay? Let me run to my meeting. I'm sorry, let me walk at a brisk pace to my meeting, not run. And we're gonna take this up when I come back, okay? All right, everyone, just give me a moment. All right, we're gonna go back on the record on Mr. Patrick Ambo. All right, so Mr. Ambo, I've heard your criminal history, which is sort of a credit report, but it's a credit report for your criminal history. So I still don't understand, and I'm trying to understand, why are you committing these offenses? Now, all of the offenses that the state read to me, they've all been, you go to prison, you go to the Bexar County Jail. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
This time when I did this mess, dude, I was just afraid of being home. That was it. I know I'm guilty. I know I did a crime, and I know it's the same crime that I've been doing. This is the only thing I knew at the time to do to come to my safe haven. Yeah.
Okay, so what about these other times?
The other times I was just on drugs. I've been on drugs.
So where's your family?
Mother just passed away.
Mhm.
Sisters are all in Atlanta, Houston, they all there. I have a brother that's on drugs. And we had the house. Well, they sold. Once they sold the house, that was 2 days before I came. Really
Well,
didn't give me any notice.
here's
It's
the
right
thing.
from under me. And
Here's the
being
thing,
homeless
here's the thing.
is-
Sometimes people sell the house. You know how it is when people don't have a will or people have a will and you have the house and your job is, if you're gonna be staying in the house, you gotta pay
Bills will be paid,
utilities
yes.
and
we
pay taxes.
Yes, pay bills, yeah.
And so,
The taxes were behind. But they no help from them anyway. It was just me and my brother, and we had a little struggling, but we kept up with. When they sold it right from under us, all these times I went to jail, miss, I've had a place to go. 50 years, home. Out of nowhere, home is gone, and I'm sleeping on the side of the next street. I broke into a car. No, it sounds ridiculous, I know. They say you go to jail to be saved, yeah. He must have been saved, yeah. That's, I came. I just didn't know what to do. I sat in the car, honked the horn, watched the guy on the phone, police. I'm looking at him. Police show up, I jump out of the car and get out of line. Nothing was taken, nothing at all. Nothing.
okay,
I just. Now that I'm here, I'm hoping I can get in the program they have it. That I heard a guy just tell me a couple weeks ago. At Haven for Hope, they help you get housing, they help you get back on the medication. They have food stamps and
what medication are you on?
depression, anxiety. I mean, miss. I just want to get. That was it. I didn't know what to do. It's just the God honest truth. I'm standing here and I did not know what to do.
Okay,
I'm not trying to make a fool out of anybody in this courtroom. I'm not trying to make a fool of you, especially, Your Honor.
all right, so here's the thing.
Just have. That's what I was.
I personally think, I don't know if it's true or not. If I give him a year at the state jail facility, he's gonna go to the state jail facility for a year. He's gonna get out.
And be homeless.
Let me finish. Don't interrupt. He's gonna get out. He's either gonna do one or two things. He's either gonna use drugs, or either he's not gonna be on his mental health medications. I do see that there's been a incident of him constantly going to jail, constantly going to prison, and there's never any, doesn't appear to be any probation that was given. Was there
That's what I'm-
probation?
That's what I'm checking for now. Judge.
Okay. But Sean, you're taking your spot. You know something is about to happen.
Yes,
Judge, I do not-
Hmm.
I do not see any probation attempts.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna give you a choice. Sometimes I can't give people choices, but I'm gonna give you a choice because I see that somebody needs to stop you from what you've been doing. And this is the only way I know how to stop you. So one, I can give you 1 year at the state jail facility, or I can give you probation, but you're gonna end up going to felony drug court. They have a dual diagnosis program where they can help you with your mental health issues. They can help you with your drug issues, help you with housing. The choice is yours, but you're gonna remain in custody and you're gonna be in custody either way. Either you're gonna be in custody because you're on probation and you're waiting to go into some sort of inpatient treatment program, or either you're gonna be in custody because you're going to the state jail facility. So this is my chance and your chance to accept help from the court. You can do probation or you can go to a state jail facility. Talk to your attorney about it. I'll have you guys talk to your attorney. You want, just go back into the box and your attorney is going to speak to you. So those are your choices, and I'm gonna write it on the docket sheet because people can never say they were not given an opportunity. Who's here? Melissa Carlson.
I am, Your Honor.
All right, come forward. All right, what is happening with this case?
Judge, Ms. Carlson resides outside of Houston and is here at the court's request today.
Mhm.
She is wanting to retain another attorney on her case. And we wanted to see if we couldn't get her case today reset, so she'd be able to do that.
Okay, when are you gonna have another attorney?
It's my understanding that she is hired, she's waiting to get signed on because now she comes out from her,
So you believe an attorney has already been hired?
Now I've spoken, it's Carolyn Wentland, Judge. She has a vacation letter in this week and I've spoken with her. She's aware of, she's here right now, but we want to get it reset.
Now, my question is, has she been hired?
Okay, my attorney's out of Houston, they're working with her, and I'm pretty sure that they paid her, but she's not, to my understanding that she's, from what they told me is that she is for sure paid, but she has just not been able to be up here to sign, and gets to get, like, signed on to my case. That's
No,
my
she was previously here and she was supposed to file a notice. And that notice has not been filed. So, when is she supposed to be back?
Judge, what I understood it, she had her letter in for this week, so I'm assuming she'll be back Monday. Don't know. And she has not had an opportunity to review the discovery yet. I didn't know that.
When is Ms. Wentland supposed to be back here?
I don't know. She just finished, we had a vacation notice. We didn't want to-
So did she file a vacation letter? So is there a letter now? All right, we'll see you back here on August 29th at 9 a.m. Don't be late. You're welcome.
Thank you,
You're
Judge.
welcome.
Be excused.
Oh, you need to get a reset form. And then you can be excused.
That was.
And I think you have one more person with us, Mr. Lester.
I do, Judge.
Yes. All right, are you guys ready on Ambo?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Ambo, come forward. All right, Mr. Ambo, what do you wish to do? All right, so that's a year in the state jail facility. All right, so I don't want you to ever become before another judge saying that nobody ever offered you help. I'm gonna find you guilty, sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing from either side?
No, Your Honor.
And let me see here. Mr. Ambo, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand? If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Mr. Ambo, if you do not take care of yourself, life may not be long for you. You understand? How old are you?
29,
I'm sorry, what?
29.
All right, you get into that point in your life where you have more of your life behind you than in front of you. I can say that because I always tell people I'm in the twilight of my life. I have more of my life behind me than in front of me. But each time you do drugs, that shortens your life. And you never know what people are putting in drugs. You understand?
Oh, yeah, oh, no, absolutely, man. 4 years ago, it's not.
Yeah.
Cancers.
Okay. All right, well, good luck to you. You're gonna have to take care of yourself. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, who's here on Carilla? Okay. All right, Robert Porter? Yes. Mhm. Mhm. Okay,
She said she'd be happy to zoom in back.
all right, Ms. Ferguson, have Ms. Middleton zoom in. All right, Hunter, you are joining us back?
Temporarily, Judge, may I approach?
Yes,
An off-topic matter.
okay.
Just you need to borrow my tie, Judge. Please forgive
He's
me.
wearing lavender, so that's okay. And I will forgive you.
Do I stay back here?
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
have the line.
This is a case that was resolved 2 weeks ago, Judge. State jail sentence.
Mhm.
The participant, well, not participant, potential participant Esperanza has shown some interest subsequent to the sentence of participating in the program.
Mhm.
So I'm here to ask this court if this court would be willing to hear a motion to reconsider if the defense attorney in the cause would file such.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, will do.
thank you.
All right, how you been doing?
Been doing well, Judge. Not, missed this court, obviously, but I've been doing well.
Aw, it's
Busy.
Brenda, it's nice when people miss the court. Is this not the best courtroom in the courthouse? Okay, I'll go with what you say.
Mr. Chidens, Judge, will be here tomorrow, so I'll just ask him to stop by.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. All right, anyone else ready? Okay. All right, and on Sabeta, Sonny Middleton should be zooming in. Oh, did you have a chance to look over Marshall? Okay, I'll wait for that. And Ms. Ferguson, where is Nancy Bierman?
Maybe. You probably just sit here all day. You probably just sit here all day. I know.
Brennan.
Yeah.
I want to show you something. video. Ms. Middleton?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi. So, yes, the person you are here for is Mark Zepeda,
Yes, ma'am.
and he's in custody. Is there someone from the state available to confer with her?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all want to do that by phone or Zoom?
If she can't you her number.
All right, Sonny, could you chat me your number? Just send it to me personally.
Yes, ma'am.
And then one of the prosecutors will call you.
Okay. I'm gonna give them my office number since I'm on my cell phone, and that way I can still be hanging here.
All right, thank you, Ms. Middleton. They're going to be calling you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Ms. Wilhite. Your attorney, Anton Hayek, is on vacation, so we're gonna call you back for August 29th. All right, thank you. You're welcome.
I'm flying blind.
Okay. And put Sonny Middleton on Mr. Cepeda and remove Mr. Sherman. And can I see the file on Cepeda?
What's the time? Oh, it'd be awesome.
And they're not done with that. So don't take it back yet. And Norma, we need Bill Davidson.
Your Honor, this is Sunny.
Yes.
If you want me to put me in a room with Mr. Zepeda, I can tell him what we're doing.
Okay, just a moment, because the only problem is we can't do that right now because we're in an open courtroom.
Ah,
So just give us a moment.
yes, ma'am.
All right, can you place me on mute, please? All right. Nancy Bierman. Who's Ruben Pettis? Hi, Mr. Pettis, have you had contact with your attorney?
No.
Have you ever had contact with your attorney?
No.
All right, just have a seat. Can I see the file on Ruben Pettis, please? No, she's here on the Zoom, but she's not responding. Who's here on Carrillo? Yes. You ready to proceed? Brenna, are you ready? Court is calling 2022 CR 5344, State of Texas versus Attilo Carrillo. Could I have parties pronounced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Attorney Bill Simmons for defense.
Are you Mr. Carrillo?
Son.
All right, counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Carrillo, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Yes, I see. Yes, I let you in. Do you need a breakout room? Okay. Mr. Sanders, I'll send you to breakout room number 1. All right, Mr. Carrillo, did you review the document entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge, on both paragraphs.
Mr. Carrillo, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right? I'm sorry, did you understand what you're charged with is burglary of a building with intent to commit theft? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
No.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
No.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Right.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you, sorry, just one moment. Okay. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defense to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Carrillo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. This is where I'm concurrent with 659503. They will take in consideration 2022 CR 5345. There's restitution to Mossad, MASOUD, Zaziri, ZAZIRI, or Phantom, PHANTOM Motors. And there's to be no contact with Mossad, Zaziri, or Phantom Motors. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge, except it's, sorry for my handwriting, it should be Vaziri, VAZIRI.
Okay, it was typed,
Oh.
but okay. So it should be V. All
Sorry
right,
for my bad typing, Judge.
that's okay. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled paragraph that's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours community service restitution in CATS 1 and 2. But you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations. Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Yes, state offer states exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objection. Your Honor.
Ms. Carrillo, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed states exhibits 1 and attachments, and court is finding there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court is deferring finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, just, we would pray that the court would follow the plea agreement. We're confident that he'll be able to successfully complete the trial.
Why are you stealing?
Wrong thing at the wrong time.
No, you're not at the wrong place at the wrong time. Let me explain to you what wrong place at the wrong time means. It means that I'm at a restaurant and for some reason the ceiling falls in or lightning strikes through the restaurant window and I get hit. Maybe that's wrong place at the wrong time. But let's say I go to McDonald's and I hold up the joint. And still, I'm not in the wrong place at the wrong time because you know what? I chose to go there and I chose to rob the store. So you going to Phantom Motors, what, did somebody take you there? Against your will?
I was 2 blocks away from there.
No, did somebody take you there against your will? So you went there on your own. So that's a choice you made. And trying to steal, that's a choice you made. How old are you?
38.
All right. Is this the only case you've ever had in your life?
No, Judge.
Yeah.
But it was a misdemeanor case, I believe.
Why are you acting like this the only time you've been in trouble with the law?
I've been in trouble a long time. Been in trouble.
Well, what were you in trouble for? What other wrong places have you been at the wrong time in your lifetime that maybe is memorialized with contact with the law?
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
I believe there was a domestic dispute that was dismissed around 2013. Does that sound correct?
How do people not remember what criminal cases they've ever had? How is it? Does he have criminal history?
It was a terroristic threat family that
Yeah.
in 2007. that
2007.
was Dismissed.
Okay, wrong place, wrong time. All right, are you employed?
No, I'm not.
So how are you supporting yourself?
When I was working, I just lost my job when I was brought in.
Did you lose your job before or after you were breaking into this building?
No,
So when did you lose your job?
just recently. When I came
What
in.
is, when you came
Right
into
on the
county?
front.
Sorry?
When I was brought in, I didn't show up to work.
I believe what he's saying, Judge, is since he was arrested, he's been in jail for about 10 days, 11, I believe.
So what do you do for a living?
Foundation, right?
But you were not repairing the foundation of this building.
No.
Do you have any children?
That's
What are their ages?
8, 7, and 2.
All right. If I want to give you a trick question, I'll ask you, what are their birthdays?
Going all over.
You should. Do you know what month they were born in?
No.
Well, for people who are thinking about having children, hopefully they will remember their birthdays. I'm just throwing that out there. What are they? So where are your children now?
They're with their mother.
And I assume she's the one who's financially caring for them as well. All right. Do you pay child support?
Yes, ma'am.
How much child support do you pay? Well, I mean, why are you looking at him? You know how much child support you pay? I mean, he's not the father of your children.
No, you're not.
So how much child support do you pay for your children?
If I may, Your Honor.
Yes.
But we just gone through this with Judge Longoria. I think there was some confusion. Well, not confusion, but bottom line, I believe it's $500 a month. He was paying $125 a week that was being taken out of his check. And that was court ordered. We were kind of getting into that idea of court ordered the Attorney General. But basically $500 a month when you're working, they take it out of your check,
Yeah.
correct? But Judge Longoria, Your Honor, has ordered on a misdemeanor for them to inquire into that matter.
All right, well, what I can tell you is part of your conditions for probation is that you have to support your dependents. People can't go around having a bunch of children, being fruitful and multiplying, and not financially taking care of them. Do you understand? So you're gonna have to do that. And if you don't do that, that's a violation of your probation. Children cannot support themselves. We have child labor laws. You can't just take your children and put them in the woods and say, go forth and support yourself. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I know tattoos are expensive. So until you get another tattoo on your body, you need to start paying for your child support. You understand?
Uh-huh.
And who are you living with?
I'm living with myself. I'm living with my mom's house.
You're a grown man living with your mom. I'm gonna put a stop to that because you're gonna have to get your own place. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is gonna do. It's gonna be 5 years deferred adjudication. This is run concurrent with 659503. Take in consideration 2022 CR 5345. Restitution and no contact with Masad Vaziri, Vaziri, or Phantom Motors. Defendant is to reside, if she wants you there, to reside with his mother for 3 months. After that, you need to have your own place. There's 200 hours community service restitution. The court will waive 40 of those hours if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court's not requiring you to get it, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. Parenting classes with compadre e compadre. And once you complete that, the remaining of the community service hours will be waived. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs, field visits 2 times per month until further notice. Proof of employment within 7 days of release. And there to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Is there anything else that he needs probation?
No, Your Honor.
And probation, I'm serious about him moving out of his mom's house within 3 months. You're a grown man. You need to get your own place. And when you're at your mom's house, you need to follow her rules. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else that you need from me in order to be successful? All right, they're asking for cats 1 and 2. Cats 1 and 2, I'm going to give you cats 1 and 2 because you need to be busy getting employment and paying for child support for your children. So here's my cats in 1 and 2 course. Don't steal. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Don't go into any buildings or homes uninvited. And if somebody does invite you to their home and they ask you to leave, you need to leave. And don't accept an invitation from third parties to another location. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That will help you from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Because we had taken the misdemeanor leave first, I just want to confirm with probation. Since the court is not ordering, or the court just gave you your cats, class that she's very serious, that the court is very serious about. That's runs concurrent, so he does not have to do that class.
Oh, no, if county court, if Judge Longoria ordered him to do the CATS course, then you're gonna do the CATS course. I'm not gonna order it up here because I just gave you a CATS course.
But I guess you know what I'm saying, the intention was for it to run concurrent with these conditions, and so if by virtue of these conditions, he doesn't have to physically take it. Or, I mean, you understand where we are?
Oh, I understand what you're arguing
Okay.
about, but I wasn't in county court at law number 5, so maybe he has a different version of the CATS 1 and 2 course. I just gave you my version of it.
Yeah, so if you want to go ask Longoria if he wants to give his version of CATS 1 and 2.
No.
Okay.
I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification. Oops, I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing.
Your Honor, I had, before we go off the record,
Yes.
I'm sorry, just one other question about, it's clear in terms of him having to move in 90 days, but it's just he can't be living with his mother. He has to move in with somebody else. That's.
Well, who would that be? We're not, here's the thing. I have an issue with adult people, and not just adult men, but adult females living and depending on their mom, their grandmother, their grandfather to take care of them. I want him to have his own place.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, if he wants to move in with a roommate, that's fine, but his roommate cannot be a relative.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. Legal be excused.
Yes. Oh, this goes with that. Oh, and do you have this? Okay, that goes in there. Well, you know what did it? What did it? Here's the thing, that's not you. That's autocorrect did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong with that?
Yeah,
Oh, Simmons. Judge, was that your
So-
first wrong place, wrong time?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, wrong place, one time.
Yeah, no issue.
Hello. No, she is just Nancy Knox. Nancy Knox going once, Nancy Knox
Yes.
going twice.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm hooking up into you. Yes. My apologies, Your Honor. I've been in trial up in Dallas. And of course, could not be in 2 places in one time. My apologies to the court, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Do you have a client in our court, Ruben Pettis?
Yes, I do, Your Honor, and we are here on a motion to revoke his probation.
So have you conferred with the state?
I have not yet gotten an offer from the state, ma'am. So I did file a continuance because of my Dallas situation. I have reached out to Mr. Daniel Escobar. I am not sure if he is the prosecutor on this case, but did reach out to him and have not had a chance to actually get an offer
Okay.
on this.
I
matter.
don't have a motion for continuance from you, but if you put your phone number in the chat box directly to me, I will give it to the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am, I will happily do that. And I did get an email that e-file was having some problems today. So you'll probably get it like 3 days from now when it's.
Okay.
And I'm going to also give you all my office email.
Oh, no, all I need is your number for the prosecutor.
Oh, all right. Well,
All right, thank you. They're going to be calling you shortly.
all right. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And it's on Ruben Pettis. All right, Miss Middleton.
Yes, Your Honor. State has made an offer, and I would need MTR paperwork. And if I could talk to Marcus one quick time, I have talked to my client.
All right, just give us a moment.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, yes, we can put him back up. Okay, thank you.
Yes, I think it's a.
Okay, thank you.
Another thing I've always been going on with it. Why did you have my friends who have gotten it? Rather than have another than wax. And then how I was punished and it's like taking 15 privileges and going out.
Oh, and Sunny Milligan said she just needs to speak to you again. Okay. Thank you.
When I was in grade
Yes.
school, for God, the tennis over
Okay.
you would get wax.
See if you can come by Zoom.
Police report says that the city had some shot. I think he really likes to do a lot of things. Oh, you mean that? Okay, I can mention it.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, it's an agreement to what we're tomorrow. We can operate. No, I know, I'm saying it's not, you know, it's not offering.
Yeah, it would be 25.
All right. All right, just a second. Excuse me, what is the issue? Is there an issue with GPS? All right, come forward. And did I order GPS for him? Okay, all right, we'll take care of it. All right, thanks. Hello. Hi. So here's the thing. They're gonna place GPS on. And GPS is so I'll know where you are, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, also, I want to ask you, Your Honor, please consider that I've been working, I got released on 26 days ago. I worked like 2 days out of my release, August 1st, 2022.
Okay.
And I was released 2 days before.
So that's.
I've been working on these 26 days, I've been out, been working on these 20 miles.
Oh, no, here's the thing. I'm sorry. And what's your name?
My name is Skip Patrick Taylor, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Taylor, here's the thing. I appreciate that the fact that you came in to check in with the court. And I appreciate the fact that you've been working and I see that you have your studs with you. I appreciate that, okay? But the GPS is so I'll know where you are. you still will be allowed to work and do all of that, okay?
Yes,
All right, so do you understand now?
yes,
All right, so they're gonna put the GPS on and it's just so I'll know where you are, but you can go to your job. It's not gonna stop you from working, okay?
so I appreciate you. Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Is there anything else you have a question about?
This is about Your Honor. I, when I was released, pre-trial did not see me. They said I asked them about my condition. So, two days ago I just got blindsided. Trying to call my court appointed counsel James Mayweather about the status of my trial, and he happened to told me this was just recently. What today is Thursday. It was 3 days ago, on the 22nd.
Okay, that's okay. Just give me a second. Does he have a setting or no? All right, so here's the thing. This is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna have GPS put on, right? So that's number one. And number two, we're gonna have you come back on August 30th. When you come back on August 30th, I'll be here. And because I don't want to talk anything about your case without your attorney, okay?
Oh, no, it wasn't my case. He notified me that, which surprised me that he said, you got the GPS monitor on. That was just 3 days ago. I'm like, a GPS. I'm like, no, they never gave me a GPS.
Oh, here's the thing though. We've discovered where the breakdown in communication was. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I'm internalizing it. So what we're gonna do today, there's someone here and they'll put the GPS on. So that problem will be solved. You're not in any kind of trouble for not having it on, all right? So they're gonna put it on now, and then you're gonna come back on the 30th. And Ms. Ferguson, can you just give him a reset form so he can have it in his hand? So that'll be a piece of paper. Do you have an envelope for all those papers?
All
right, so what she's gonna do is she's gonna give you an envelope. And you can label that for your paycheck stubs or whatever, and that way it won't be all loose. All right, you're welcome. Do you need to write on there that it's paid for pay stubs? You want me to write that on there? Yeah, Deputy, can you have that to me? And I'll write it on there. That way you'll know it's your pay stubs. Thank you. All right, so that way you'll have that in a separate envelope. And then Ms. Ferguson is going to give you a reset form, just so you'll have it in writing that she's supposed to be here on the 30th, okay?
By the way, I reside in still the same address from 233 Austin House.
Okay, all right. So she's going to give you the reset form, so you have it, and you'll know that you need to be here. And then the gentleman back there is going to put the GPS on, okay? All right, thank you for coming in so we can straighten everything out.
Oh, yes, I'm just feeling compliance. Trying my best to get productive experiences.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah. Return to work on Friday, because I definitely took out to work.
All right, so let me see. So 30th, that means that you have to be here on Tuesday, okay?
Oh, yes, they. Warriors definitely not gonna be what on the 30th. I notified them yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Once they put the GPS on, you can go to work. All right. And they know that you're allowed to work, okay?
Okay. Do I have to be home like at a certain time? Because when I get off of work, I just go straight to the house. If I don't.
No. Once you finish with work, just go back home, okay? All right. Thank you.
You have a good day.
All right, you too. Okay, bye-bye. And pretrial services, can you make sure that it's clear that he's allowed to work while he's on GPS? All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, well, it got Yeah, so it's just, he's allowed to work.
I saw it. Yeah.
Daniel, I am going to give you the number again. Maybe I wrote the number incorrectly. Okay. No, she's not. So, hold on. All right, so it's. Yes. All right, can you try it just one more time? Then after that, we're gonna use someone else.
Your Honor, this is Sunny. If I could let Norma know I need the MTR paperwork.
All right, so that means that your client will just sign the trial court certification, correct?
The right to appeal, yes.
Yes, okay, we'll have him sign that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, all right, thank you.
This. The other on her. This would be new. She's gonna get two new numbers and then. Take care of them. Yeah, I gotta like.
Careful.
Question.
Yes.
We have a three for a multi-count indictment.
Mhm.
One is a third degree and one is a state jail. And that includes the code. Should we do code sensitive for like the state jail again?
No, if you will do the, is it going to be a, jail time?
Over sure, then one can be state jail time, one.
Oh, so what you do is just add in the other box. Add the state jail felony offense and the range of punishment, but do it in the felony paperwork, the regular
Let's
felony.
put it next for both then.
Yes. No, you don't have to send any paperwork. He's just gonna sign it in court. No, it's just the trial court certification of the thing. And what I'll do is, wait a minute, she does have to have a signature. Just send her the trial court certification, but you don't need to send it to the defendant. The defendant is here. We'll have him sign the original here and just staple them together. No. Mr. Davidson? Hello, you're on mute.
I'm sorry about that. Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, you have Mr. David Signs.
Yes, on David Signs, that's an MTR that came in. And unfortunately, I don't have an excuse for that, Your Honor. I somehow missed it in my email. I went back and found it. I have not contacted him.
All right, could I see the file on Mr. Signs, please?
I think it was an August 3rd or 4th appointment. And thank you for allowing me to do this.
Oh, no problem. All right, if you'll put your number in the chat box, a prosecutor can call you and speak with you.
Okay. It says everyone. Is that the one you want me to do, Your Honor?
No, you need to send the one that's specifically to me.
Okay.
All right, is anyone available to converse with Mr. Davidson on David Signs?
Yes, sir.
All right, and here's his number. All right, one of the prosecutors is going to call you.
Thank you.
Thanks. And who is Mark Cepeda?
Yeah.
All right, just give me a moment. Could you give him a trial court certification? Let me step down just a moment.
Yes. There's some back there.
Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Davidson, did you have a chance to speak with the state? Oh, just give us a moment. They're working on it. Oh, no, we're good. Thank you. Yes. Hello. Right. Thanks. Nice to meet you. Okay, awesome. Well, welcome. Yeah. Sure. Oh, you put the date in. Brenda, it's the small things. The date is great. Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Okay. All right, Mr. Davidson,
Yes, Your Honor.
on your client, David Signs, Mr. Signs.
Ms. Judge, we're withdrawing the MPR on science.
All right. So the motion is going to be withdrawn.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
May I ask you about another case, Your Honor, the Douglas Marshall?
Yes, the state is looking over that to see when to call it back, and they're going to check into the federal case that's pending.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. And Norma, can you see where Nancy Bierman is? The state has called her and she's not answering. And Lupe, if you can check to see if she has a motion for continuance on file, because the court hasn't received it. And Sonny, they should have sent you a document to sign.
She did, Your Honor. I signed a different one and sent it back because on the one I got sent, it also wanted me to sign in the judges and the defendants part too. So,
Okay, that's okay. What I can do is I can cross that out.
oh, okay, I can do that then.
All right, so you can just go ahead and sign both.
Okay.
Well, here's the question. Is there an issue with e-filing?
Yes. Yes, there's.
All right.
You should have it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, could I see the file on Mr. Zepeda, please? All right, Ms. Middleton, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't
Can I
get the-
see Mr. Zepeda, please? Yes. Court is calling 2017 CR 13381W State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Cepeda. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Sunny Middleton.
And are you Mr. Cepeda? Are you Mr. Cepeda? All right, your attorney is by Zoom. Do you have any objection with her appearing by Zoom? All right, your previous attorney who was appointed to represent you was Mr. Kirk Sherman. Have you had any contact with him?
No, no.
All right, do you have any objection or do you wish for Ms. Middleton to represent you in this matter?
Yes, yeah, well, she's fine.
So you want Ms. Middleton represent you? All right, and do you want Mr. Sherman withdrawn from your case? All right, then that will be granted.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Your attorney has a period of time in order to prepare for this. Do you have any objection to proceeding with this, knowing that she was appointed today?
I have no problem with it.
All right, Ms. Middleton, do you have any objection to proceeding today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cepeda, I'm showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision
Yes, ma'am.
and First Amendment motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Mark Anthony Cepeda who was placed on community supervision in 2017 CR 13381W for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram on December 13th, 2017 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Condition number 1, on or about the 6th day of October 2020 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Mark Anthony Cepeda, committed the offense of theft in violation of condition number 1.
All right, how do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the others.
Any objections to the state's waiver?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cepeda, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 2 years in the prison, in the state jail facility and up to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Partially, Judge, we are both asking for the court to grant the state's motion and revoke his probation. We're asking that you reform the underlying from 2 years to 1 year and sentence him to 1 year state jail.
All right, and state, what are you requesting?
Defense.
I'm sorry, defense, thank you. Defense, what are you requesting? It's been a long day.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Cepeda was asking if you, Your Honor, would consider 6 months. He is now a single father. His wife died and his mother passed away not recently too. He has a 16 and 18-year-old child and a 1 year, 7-month-old granddaughter that he's taking care of. And right now his brother is trying to take care of him, but he doesn't have the paperwork to get the child in school. So they're having an issue. So he would ask for any mercy from the court that you feel he may be entitled to, Your Honor.
All right, so here's the thing, Mr. Cepeda. Your agreement with the state was for 2 years in the state jail facility if you didn't abide by the rules. And obviously you've pled true to number 1, and number 1 is a new offense. And the state has given you less than what you bargained for when you were placed on probation, which was your underlying for 2 years. You know, I'm sorry about the issues that have happened in your life, but what I'm looking at, and even though the state didn't go on these, what I'm looking at is you have issues where you're not drug testing, which tells me that you're probably using. You have issues where you're not reporting by Zoom, and how easier can it get than to report by Zoom? Now, since the state didn't go on those, I'm not considering them, but I'm just telling you. And then when I looked at your plea bargain agreement, which I reviewed your plea bargain agreement, and according to the plea bargain agreement, they took in consideration 2017 CR 2395. So they took into consideration a felony when you pled for this, and you were given 2 years. And I know that when I placed you on probation, I gave you conditions based upon what I thought your issues were. And then I asked you if there was anything else that you needed help with or anything else you felt you needed in order to be successful. And you haven't done well. Now, sometimes maybe you shouldn't be in your children's life right now until you get your life together. Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to grant the motion, and I'm going to sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility. I'm going to give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else?
How could I find out how much time I have to?
All right. Can you tell me how much time he has in, please? You have 113 days in. All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? It tells you what your rights are. All right. So your attorney, so the record is to be clear, your attorney signed the same document, but because we were unable to get your signature on the same form that she signed, you signed a different one, but this is the one with her signature. And if I can have a copy made of that, please, to give to him, that page. All right, because this is not a plea bargain agreement, you have a limited right to appeal. And that right to appeal is based upon the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were revoked. Do you understand? All right. Do you have any questions?
No, no, no.
All right, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand? All right. And because your attorney is by Zoom, I want to be clear. You have a limited right to appeal. You cannot appeal the fact that you are actually on probation. Do you understand?
No, I really don't know.
All right, so let me explain it to you.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. A lot of times people don't understand legalese, and that's fine. So you understand that you're on probation?
Yes,
All right. And you understand that you entered a plea of truth,
true to
the number one.
the program.
You pled true to the fact that you violated your probation.
Oh, yes.
All right, just now.
Yes,
All right. So here's the thing. You pled true to that. I told you that by pleading true to that, I could sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. You understood all of that? Your attorney wanted you to have 6 months. The state wanted you to have 1 year. Right? I gave you the 1 year. Now, you have a right to an appeal, which means you file a motion or your attorney files a motion. And basically what you're allowed to appeal is not the fact that you were on probation, because you know you were on probation for, just one moment. You are on probation for possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram.
yes.
All right, you can't appeal that. You understand? So you can't file something saying, I don't know why I'm on probation for possession less than 1 gram.
Yes.
What you can do is you can file an appeal. Maybe you don't like the sentence. Maybe you don't, do we have to unstaple this to? All right. So you can file a notice of appeal. And the appellate attorney will look at the issues that may have been raised that may be appealable issues. You understand? But the only thing that they will not look at, or that is not something that can be changed, is the fact that you were actually on probation. You understand now?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to give you a copy of this also. This is the copy that your attorney signed.
Oh,
Do you have any questions about anything else?
no, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, Norma, have you got in touch with the attorney who's in Dallas? Okay. All right, Mr. Ruben Perez. We're gonna bring you back tomorrow. Your attorney's not here, so we're gonna having you brought back tomorrow. Let me see that file. Yes.
That is.
All right, let me see the file on Marshall. Why do people keep disappearing? Brenda, why are people constantly disappearing today? Norma, on Marshall, let's recall this in 4 weeks. What date do you want to give me? All right, we'll put that down for September 22nd. All right, Joseph, what is happening with Mr. Looking Bill?
We have an agreement, not just for the MTRs, but for the alleged number ones.
Okay,
So it's paperwork double. So we're.
okay,
we're
all right, no,
reading it.
all right, no problem, thank you.
Your Honor, may I?
Yes,
Mr. Sines, he was here on an, well, he didn't appear, but his lawyer appeared. He was the one on Zoom. And Mr. Sanders said to withdraw the NTR.
Mhm.
He was actually, it's supposed to be an NTR summons. We wanted to speak with him in regards to his drug use, the positives. So would you?
have they already sent him back?
He never appeared. He's out. He's on probation. He's not in custody.
Oh,
Yeah. Just okay, so we have not withdrawn it yet, and I'll let Mr. Davidson know so that we can get him.
all right, let me see the following dated signs. Since I ordered him to appear and he didn't, and I did it by summons, correct?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna refile and file a motion to revoke.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
It was never withdrawn.
Right.
Do we just need to?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was never withdrawn. So the MTR summons is still.
All right, so I'm just gonna change it from a summons to a motion, to a warrant where he has to appear. All right, thank you. And Norma, can you let Mr. Davidson know his client did not appear on signs, and so the warrant will be issued. And on that one, I'm going to issue judge's warrant. So on this one, judge's warrant and remain without bond. I know, me too. It's.
How many we got left? 2, 3.
Great.
What time are we starting tomorrow?
9.
Okay.
And that's going to be with the jury trial.
Here, yeah.
So going to be here at 9:15. All right, so this is the second time she's been a no-show for this. So this is the second time that I've had her set and she's been a no-show. Yes.
And I said, well, I did send you the email.
Okay, so if we could stop, like, once I do this, what I do is I write a note at the bottom to show that I've given the person more than one time to appear. So we can make sure that we just keep the one that I have and not print out another one. That would help. All right, thanks. All right, thank you. Let me see Solis. Where are we on his competency evaluation?
Paperwork was sent to Dr. Wallingford back on March the 4th. That's the last thing that happened.
All right, recall this for next week and make sure that the attorney knows and the attorney needs to be here. Because who knows? I don't know where this is in the system and we don't know where the defendant is. So when do you want to set it?
Number 1st.
Okay. All right, what are we doing with Sherry Cooper?
Judge, I'm still discussing that with the state. We're hoping to get some type of resolution for it.
All right. Anybody who doesn't have a resolution by 4/20, we'll see you at another date. All right, Mr. Reyes, if you can come up. Reyes, we're gonna recall your case. So he's received all of the discovery, has an alternate tender.
An alternate tender, Judge, and I believe we've received all. I'm still missing the complaining witnesses. The Brady on her. Which hasn't been provided, but
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna recall this. And I'll recall it, and if his bond matter hasn't been heard, then I'll hear the bond matter. So you all can make sure you have all of the prior criminal history for me, so I can make a determination on that. If you want, what would probably make it easier, even though I'm not gonna grant a PR bond based upon the nature of the case, I could ask that he be interviewed for a PR bond, and that PR bond will tell me everything. It even tell me if he has previously not shown up for court out of county. So if y'all want to do that, that would make it easier for probably both parties.
my only issue, Judge, is I'm gone next week for a while. Remember, we talked
Yes,
about this.
we
the other
did
day.
talk about this. So when are you back and when do you leave?
I leave Wednesday, the 31st, and I come back October 17th. Doing a long walk, remember?
Yes, you are doing the.
Can you Zoom
I can Zoom.
wherever you're going?
Yeah. I mean, I
Oh.
can do a Zoom.
All right. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll set it for a Zoom and we'll do, so Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Reyes, we're gonna have an interview for a PR bond. It's not for him to get a PR bond. It's just for us to get his history. And so they should come and speak to you about that.
Can
So
we do it on my, well, it's my birthday, but I will be in a town that I know for sure will have Wi-Fi.
okay, and when is that?
September 8th. Is that too soon?
I will not be here on September 8th.
Oh,
I will be at a judicial conference. But Judge Her will be here, so she could hear it.
when are you coming back?
I'll be back the week of September 12th.
Let me see where I'll be. And then if I'm in a major city, that's all that matters.
But then maybe you won't be in a major city, but they'll have Wi-Fi in the forest. And we could have a forest. And
Well, you know where how it goes.
yes. Never
talked
know
about
if you're gonna
that on
get
the
it.
plane.
Yes.
Let me see. Now I don't remember what I'm doing. Hold on.
Are you able to pace your walking?
15 miles a day.
Oh,
Oh, and I have it to the minute.
you do?
I walk every day to Influence Park. And it takes me exactly 1 hour. And I leave my apartment at 6:15. And I get to Influence Park at exactly 7:15. And I stay 1 minute there. When I get back at 8:16.
All right, and how many miles is that
6 miles.
total?
From my apartment to Influence Park and back is 6 miles. 2 hours.
2 hours for 6 miles, and you're gonna be doing 15 miles a day?
Yeah.
Okay. We wish you well.
So it's like 3 miles an hour. And so it's 5 hours every day.
So you're not doing an Olympic pace.
No, I'm not running, but. And then hopefully I can stop. So you'll get back on the September 12th?
Yes.
I could do it on the 14th. I'll be in a big city.
Okay.
Wednesday the 14th.
All right, even though that's a jury trial date, Norman, we can do it on September 14th, but you'll need to be in at 9.
What's that?
We'll need to do it at 9.
9 a.m.,
Yes.
which is perfect because it's 4 p.m. over there.
Yeah, okay.
So it's before dinner. And I'm going to be going to mass every day.
Oh, please light a candle for me
Certainly.
and Mom.
And I'm going to go to the Black Madonna.
Oh, are you gonna do the
Remember you told
cable? Yes, and you need to do the cable car.
Okay.
Do the cable car going down. I say walk up to get some exercise in the cable car going down, or vice versa.
Do the exercise going up.
And they do
To
have
add to
a
my
choir
50
there.
miles.
Yeah, and if you hear the choir sing, it's so beautiful. All right, so we're gonna do PR bond evaluation. And he's to come back on September 14th at 9 a.m. and I will put on here by Zoom.
And quick question, his mother wants to bond him out this weekend. If she bonds him out this weekend, then there'd kind of be a moot point and we just drop the whole thing.
Yes, if she bonds him out this weekend, then what will happen is we'll reschedule this for when will you be back?
17th of October.
All right, well, we'll keep it on the docket, but if he gets bonded out, I'll make a notation on here
Okay,
about his being bonded out.
okay. And so we'll do the PR bond issue on the 14th.
Yes,
So Your Honor, I'll have to come back to court on the 17th though, from outside. If I get bonded out.
yes, but here's the thing, and this is me as just a regular person speaking to you about your mom. I hope that you're not gonna have your mom put up her house for bond.
We're getting families, my family's gonna
Okay,
get
I'm
together.
just saying, I hate to see when people have their parents and their grandparents put up homes for them to bond out, and then they don't abide by bond conditions, and their parents and their grandparents end up losing their home.
I understand that too.
All right,
I actually have, it's my neighbor that who I take care of her yard. She's at 74 years old. And she's like my second mom. And she's helping and also my
well,
family.
don't bleed her dry either.
And he's also a star witness in the case in the 437
Aggravated assault case.
Okay,
And
well,
on
Animal
on
cruelty.
an animal cruelty.
Somebody shot my dog, my two dogs.
okay. All right, well, I'll see y'all then. We can, oh. All right,
Figuring.
thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you, Judge. Well, hold on. So you don't have to come back on the 17th. I will be on a plane on this. Okay,
So I'll get her.
All right, could I see the parties on Look and Bill?
and or check the computer.
Okay, oh, sir, and see if you can find out. Yeah, I can see the call from. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start with 2022 CR 7819, State of Texas versus Brandon Lee Look and Bill. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders,
for the defense?
Joseph Stateson.
And are you Mr. Look and Bill?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Look and Bill, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we're proceeding on counts 1 and 2, waiving count 3.
No objection. That is.
All right, Mr. Look and Bill, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes,
And count 1, you're charged with the offense of felon in possession of a weapon. That is a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years and up to a $10,000 fine. And count 2, you're charged with the offense of
Unauthorized use of vehicle.
unauthorized use of a vehicle.
State jail.
Just one moment. All right, if you guys could initial that, please. All right, and count 2, you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your
Mr. Looking Bill, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on counts 1 and 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison and 1 year in the state jail facility. There are no applications. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 3149. State will take in consideration grand jury numbers 778512, 778513, 778514, JN numbers 2081256, 2081257, and there's to be no contact with Ricardo Valdez. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, I'm sorry.
Yes, and we just asked to give credit for all the time he has accumulated, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. State, is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to count 1, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Count 2, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Yes, state offer states exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objections.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and 2, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty in count 1 and guilty in count 2. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we just ask that you follow the deal, give him credit for all time he's accumulated here. And he knows that because it's 2 different trips, one to TDC, one to state jail facility, he will likely have to go to TDC first, and he can't leave from there until he's processed in and out by a state jail facility. We just ask you to follow the deal.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court will sentence you to 2 years in count 1, 1 year in the state jail facility in count 2. And so that the record can be clear, count 1 is 2 years in TDC. Give you credit for any time served. Count 1 and count 2 are the run concurrently. Take in consideration the grand jury numbers 778512, 513, 514, JN number 2081256 and 257. And there's to be no contact with Ricardo Valdez. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Not on this case, Your Honor.
Mr. Lookenbill, did you review a document with your attorney entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal? Did you sign it and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to proceed in cause number 2022 CR 3149. Showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Brandon Lee Looking Bill who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 3149 for the offense of evading arrest, detention, second offense on May 16, 2022 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Condition number one, on or about the second day of June 2022, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Brandon Lee Looking Bill committed the offense of felon possessing firearm in violation of condition number one.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. We'll waive the other.
Any objections to the state's waiver?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Looking Bill, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number one, the court could find it true, grant the motion, revoke you and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number one true. Is there an agreement?
There's Judge, we're asking that you grant the motion, revoke and reform is underlying to 1 year in the state jail facility and run it concurrent with the cause number that just played.
Mr. Looking Bill, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
All right, and defense, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Just one moment. Brenda, what was that previous cause number?
2022 CR 7819.
All right, thank you. All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court is finding violation of condition number one, two, true. Sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. This is run concurrent with 2022 CR 7819. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Not from defense.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. You got to make better choices.
Yes, ma'am. I made a poor decision. I understand that.
All
But I
right,
am gonna use the time that you've given me incarcerated to change my life around for my kids.
all right, you got to do it.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so Brenda, we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m., which will appear like it's